In this video, I'm going to show you an approach to productivity that's going to help you get more done and feel better about yourself. This is a system specifically designed to balance mental well-being and productive output. It's a video for all of those who have struggled to find a consistent workflow and have hated themselves because of it. This system has 3 steps: define, dedicate, and do. First, definition. Here, we narrow our focus. Secondly, dedication. Here, we find time to focus. And finally, doing. Here, we do the work. Now, let's dive into each of these and make our dreams come true. The 80-20 principle is a fundamental law. It states that 20% of inputs are responsible for 80% of outputs. For example, in my job in tech sales, 80% or more of my sales almost always come from 20% or less of my customers. This is really common. If you think back to school, in group projects, wasn't there always like 1 or 2 people who did almost all the work? That's the 80-20 principle in action. You can see it all throughout life. The exact numbers don't really matter. It can be 99-1, 90-10, 70-30. The point is that there are a vital few and trivial many. Applying this to productivity then is a great way to minimize your time spent and maximize your results. For our purposes, we should identify the 1 or 2 things you could do in a day that's going to produce the most bang for your buck. Here's what to do. Get a notepad and write down 3 to 5 high priority tasks you have. If you're having trouble thinking about what to write down, just think about what's making you the most uncomfortable and write that down. As Stephen Pressfield says, the more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we feel towards pursuing it. Find your discomfort and go towards it. Now, go through that list again and ask yourself, if this was the one thing I completed today, would I be satisfied with my day? Another great way to phrase this is, what is the one thing I could do such that everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? After you consult these questions, go through your list and choose one task. That is your focus for today. Studies of people at the end of their lives have shown that those who were happiest spent the most time in a state of flow. Flow, being in the zone. It's that state in which your whole body and mind is engaged in the task at hand. It is a deeply fulfilling state and one which is fundamental to creativity and productive output. The how of the flow state is a video in and of itself, but we do know one thing for certain. You aren't gonna get there in 10-minute intervals. Your mind requires concentration to do its deepest work, and concentration takes time. It is for this reason that we block out an uninterrupted space of time and dedicate ourselves to that mission-critical task we identified in the first stage. The art of this stage is to get yourself to the desk, or the bench, or the canvas. Once you're there, there's only one thing left to do. No mountain ever climbs itself. No symphony ever composes itself. No great work of art ever brings itself into existence. It is only through the work that worthwhile things come to be. Now, there is no secret here. It's just brute force. Sit down and do the work. Whilst seemingly unromantic, this doctrine is core to life. It is only through effort that we understand accomplishment. Think about a puzzle. There is little satisfaction in cheating to complete a puzzle. If the completion of the task was what gave us fulfillment, we would all just cheat. But no, it's only through that confusion, that struggle, that suffering, that frustration, that surrender, and then the eventual success that we find any meaning in the task. It is the process itself. Let's suppose that as humans, we're survival machines. We're just animals. That means that past the point of reproduction, we're done. All else is an add-on extra. You can take from here and suppose, what then is the point? If all of this fades, why do we suffer? Why do we strive? Is it not all meaningless? This, to me, is a stupid line of reasoning. Recognizing the end of something does not take away the meaning of that thing. Think of a bottle of wine or any kind of food. You are sustaining yourself temporarily, but in that sustainment you can find spectacular enjoyment. Taking this line of reasoning neglects the inherent value of things. Now, consider when you're in a flow state. It is physiologically apparent what is and isn't significant when you're in flow. There's simply no question about it. Your mind, body, and spirit are all engaged in the task at hand with a blistering intensity. To work is to affirm life. This is why we should place such significance in learning how to work well. Again, quoting Stephen Pressfield, almost all of us live two lives, the life we live and the unlived life within us. Between the two stands resistance. Do the work. When all is said and done, any kind of productivity system, trick, or hack is a different way of saying the same thing. Do the work. In much the same way that all weight loss programs are basically just trying to get to say, move more, eat less. The question then is, how can we set up a system that's good for us now and good for us into the future? In my eyes, this is the real value of this protocol. It asks you to routinize your productivity in a way that maximizes your effectiveness without being overbearing. The wording is really important here. We want our systems to serve us, not enslave us. This is where we must talk about satisfaction, and this is probably one of the most important points of this entire video. We all have rules we set for ourselves that allow us to feel happy, satisfied, and proud. These are games we play with ourselves. Follow the rules, hit the marks, get the reward. In this case, it's satisfaction. In terms of productivity, I think you have to set standards that let you win your own game. For example, if your rule is that you don't allow yourself to be satisfied unless you work for 8 hours a day, then more often than not, you're just not gonna let yourself be happy. You do have to remember that you are living life. So in this protocol, what I recommend doing is setting yourself a minimum workload that you can attain and hit consistently. Small results now every day are going to stack up to mountainous results in a year. For instance, with this system, my minimum workload is 1 hour. If I can get myself to work for 1 hour, then I am allowed to feel satisfied. This frees up so much mental stress. It's a weight lifted off my shoulders. And now I want to address the immediate concern, which is, how am I going to change the world working 1 hour a day? Probably not. But here's the thing. When you give yourself the space to feel proud in this way, it's actually easier to get things done, in my experience. So even though my minimum is 1 hour, I almost always go for more than that. Critically, I attribute this more to enjoyment than to discipline. The flow state is life-affirming in and of itself. And the hardest part about the work is sitting down to do the work. not the work itself. And this is where this system shines. I really hope this video has helped you guys. But before you go, I would love to hear about the work you do or the kind of work you want to do. Leave a comment down below with what you would be doing if money was no concern. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.